Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Wednesday the 24th of July. So what we got in store today? Well, it's the old, it's that day. It's the PMI day. I always used to think that was private medical insurance, but no, today it should be the manufacturing, the purchases manufacturing index. There you go. I'll get it out there eventually. So we've got this morning kick off at 8:15 with French data, 8:30 German data. 9 o'clock it's less of a move generally because it's these two biggies that create the bigger moves. Bit of impact potential at 9:30. Now looking at the numbers, side of German services, which is now positive. They're still in contraction mode. So the two French numbers are contracting. Looks like there was a slight adjustment there from on the previous there, but it's only the German services that is actually or was showing signs of growth last time. I should be looking at these figures, and the forecast then is more of the same, but not much more. European figures as a whole just coming in slightly better. Services is the main number we should be looking at here, and then we've got the UK data, which has been in growth and expected to rise a little bit more. And the services data, all out, but that's on the growth side of things already. And then the US figures later. We've got the Bank of Canada, of course, today. That reminds me why I should close off my pound CAD position, which is not going anywhere. That's an even better reason, because may as well just cut it loose. It will probably go flying then, of course, but there's a major risk sitting in it. Flash manufacturing services then for the US at 2:45. So 2:45, pretty key this afternoon. And the press conference at 3:30. Quite a bit there to get through. So we'll start off anyway looking at the technicals today, and the euro dollar here continue to run it down. We were in a short looking for around about the daily 50. It's already doing that. I called that into yesterday, and it's on its way, but still got some to do there. But if you're looking for entries, it could be subject to what you're doing here. It hasn't hit the daily S1 or daily pivot yet. A breakdown here of the lows could see us running towards the S1 and maybe even the S2 if the daily pivot, as the daily pivot hasn't been hit. So we'll see how things develop. At least the pivots are a little bit more spread today. The pound. Let's just take this again, coming off there at the moment. It's had a decent run, but yesterday I was looking at different possibilities over the last couple of days. On Monday I was looking to see if we could get the break of the 34 and the pivot there, but this long drawn out with both the euro and the pound, this long drawn out sort of movement here away from the highs has seen them both fail, and likewise the pound is looking pretty soft at the moment. Haven't got an immediate entry to it. It actually clips the daily pivot and the S1, so it might hold up there, but the pivots are still relatively pinched together here. We could be seeing some more downside. It certainly looks like it at the moment. Of course, I could be doing this and that everything changes within about 10 minutes of the new hour. The US dollar yen. Now this is, it's heading southbound now. It appears to be in that way. We've got to wait until next week until we see some news on it. So it's heading southbound. Opportunities now is to be looking for retracements or movements. It's gone. It looks like it's gone today. Yesterday hadn't quite gone. It's going in the right sort of direction for that move, but he's just waiting for retracements to get more of a position in. Aussie dollar's obviously already gone this morning. So a lot of these, and this is cut all the way back to its quarterly pivot here, just air kissed its quarterly pivot, the Aussie, but again, really looking soft there. US dollar CAD, again, another market that's losing the dollar, just outpowering everything here. And again, there's no entries on, so I say no immediate entries on this. We haven't, it could make for quite a stir. New Zealand dollar, and I should say the Bank of Canada are expected to cut rates, so that's well and truly priced in there. It's 80 or 90%. I believe they'll cut rates, so that is priced in. So we could see a bit of buying of the Canadian dollar on the news. Who knows? But I wouldn't want to really be trading it at that time. There's no point trying to second guess this. New Zealand dollar continues its ride to the downside this week. It's just catching a little bounce where it is at the moment, but it's bouncing off its daily S3 already. That's not to say this won't carry on with the other majors, but it's the least favoured for sure. US dollar Swissy, I'll say it's least favoured. The Australian dollar's doing its best to fail against it as well. Swissy, well, it's not doing too badly to the upside here. Now we've seen the break of the highs here. It's going there. It could be quite a drifter. Of course, we've got this sort of major trend line coming down, which it's yet to run into. Did I put it on the dailies? I haven't, not on this broker feed, but we start drawing trend lines on. You're not far away from that trend line, but it is certainly looking in the direction of which the Swiss National Bank would like. They want it softer, and it's softening. Euro pound, just quick look at this. Euro just doing the pounding a little bit this morning. It's I'm just sort of looking at overall. Yeah, it's between a bit of a rock and hard place the way it's sort of moving. It's into the sort of key 50 area. Break of this could see it just continuing to run in there, but the euros just look so soft really. But trying its best to get something of a bounce. Okay, likes the euro, yen, etc. are all off here. So you're seeing quite a move down on this now. So eventually, finally, we're seeing a sort of, I say finally, this could be short-lived, but finally, at the moment, it's fair play with the lower highs, etc., to coming in here for the short side. So it's on the downward move for now, at least. As I said, with all of these markets, they're going quite strongly in one direction, which I would suggest you follow for now, but of course it doesn't mean to say they won't turn back into the original stronger trends, but many have broken, put lower highs in. Quick look through to, I'll get rid of that for a moment. Look through into gold, if I can find it on here. I'm going to have to switch markets for a moment. Gold, there we go. So gold just catching a little bit of bounce, maybe a bit of safety, seen as a little bit more positive. I'm just looking at that weekly pivot. Could well be a point where it finds resistance, and it's got the 50 MA to 34 all sitting around there, quite a lot of confluence. Be interesting if it gets there and what sort of reaction we see to it. But on the bigger picture here, it looks bare flaggy. Just come down the time frame a little. Yeah, let it climb a little bit more. Higher lows coming through. Structurally on the short term, yep, it's still looking more positive, so we could see this running into these levels, but on this time frame, structurally it's still pointing southbound. Oil, again, a market that's continuing to break down. I was looking at it yesterday, and it never came back as far as I would like to come back, but it was dancing around the pivot there and finally found the pivot. Did it sort of mid-morning ish, but come down, and well, I'll be looking again around this pivot today to see the price action. Might be into it, maybe just through it again, but just look to see if we get a step with a stronger US dollar. We could see this coming southbound again. Now, equity markets, they really are taking a bit more of a hit. Appears to be a little gap in this price action here. Oops, get rid of that. Seen something of a gap by looks of things, but certainly looking softer. We have got the Magnificent Seven coming out with data, and we'll just see what happens there. But at the moment, they need something special, but it's still on its bullish trend line, but it's so close to a more significant correction, maybe, with what we're seeing here. Money coming away from it at the moment, obviously pushing the dollar up in terms of value, as we see money running into bonds, etc. to safety. Okay, this isn't what we were necessarily seeing with the big money. The previous week we'd been seeing more buying of the S&Ps. Who knows, they might be buying on what they perceive as value, but for now it does look soft there. Nasdaq, similar case. We've got but watch out for those Magnificent Seven as they come out. I'm not too sure of the times of those reporting. And the Dow, Dow already given a lower high here on the intra. Here you go, it's already broken its prior lows there, looking soft. Looks very much like the euro in a sense. Anyway, right, that's pretty. Oh, sorry, I will look at your DAX. Beg your pardon. DAX coming off this morning as well. It had been riding a little bit better, but again, you've got that little gap there through these markets. I need to check that, but it does, as I say, does look soft coming through. And the FTSE, but again, with a lot of these, there aren't really the entries. The FTSE's looking worse in a sense. It's right down to this area. It's been pretty protected, and it looks like that could be going today. If it does go, we could get a bit more bang with that. It certainly looks soft as we look at it now. It's breaking down towards these prior lows, a break of those lows. It looks like it's had its time there. Again, from the bigger picture, it had its highs. It's got into this sideward action away from the highs, and well, this could be a bit of a rollover. Right, I shall leave it there, and I wish you. Can you do the euro, US dollar? Ray, I've already done it. I'll finish back with it though, if you really missed that, but it is on the video already. But finally, then, it is continuing its run down here. I'm expecting, well, we've got a target for the 50 MA. That would be enough for me in terms of what I'm looking for the trade, but it is looking soft at the moment. I wouldn't be looking to do too much else for that at the moment. Yes, we've got an untouched daily pivot, which is quite a draw, but I think it looks like it wants the S1 first. If it hits the S1 first, the probability of the pivot being hit is significantly lower. Right, I shall leave it there and wish you a great day's trading, and I will catch you tomorrow morning. Bye for now.